Hello, everybody. Brandon here with Player Hater Gaming to be your host, your GM, your guide through the stories as we come to tonight's episode. But first, let's get through some announcements. If you have not done so, please head over to our lovely link tree where we have organized all the places where we do things. We have our YouTube, we have our Instagram, we have our other pages, we have our Blue Sky. I'm still trying to get that one memorized. Is that right? I'm getting nodding heads, so yes, that's right. Thank you, mysterious wisdom from beyond. As you can tell, we're here to have a good time and a long time and a fun time. But aside from those in the link tree, you can also find links and should check out our Discords. And yes, you heard me correctly, Discords. We have two. First, I'm going to talk about is the official Player Hater Gaming Discord. We can come share memes, talk live, play some D&D, trade items, just come have a great time and build a really, really fun and supportive community. But if you want a place to really, really hone in and focus in on playing D&D over a Discord server in a West Marches style environment, please head over to another Discord. Head over to the Ashurma Land of Prosperity. Mav Hunter, do you want to give a word on that? You want me to take it?
I got it. Come on, that's what I do best. So
It's
we
what
all
you do
know.
the best, you know. It's why you're here. You got the charisma, huh?
I listen. All right, I still don't understand that one at all. I have come to realize when I was playing Dragon Age yesterday, I was
Where
kept
did
on
it go? I didn't get
choosing.
a chance to tune in. I'm sorry.
I was choosing all of the charisma choices, and I'm like, how? Why? I am not a based character. But let's say the fact that that is the case for you. You are not a charisma based character, or in general in life, because talking to people is scary as hell. Trust me, I know that feeling very well. You can be anything. You could be a ranger who wants to pet all of the animals and boop the snoots of the noodles that you should not, because half of them will end up biting your head off. Or you can be the wizard and read all the books because you like to read, or you want to give up your soul because you want a sugar daddy and therefore you're a warlock, and that's perfectly fine. We're not going to shame you at all, because that is what you want to do, and if
Elder
that is
Sugar
the
Daddy,
case.
please take one.
Exactly. It's like, you do me a favor, I give you spells. You don't do me a favor, I take those spells away. It's an even exchange.
How bad
But
could the
like,
favor be? I mean, come on.
exactly, it's not like you're asking me to like raise a kingdom. Well, you may, but anyway.
Yeah.
Like, you may want to do that. You have no idea where to start. You have no idea what your dex is versus your charisma, constitution. We'll teach you what all that means. You have no idea how to roll dice, and the dice channel will tell you what it means. You have no idea why it's telling you that you have input a command wrong, even though you're pretty sure you put an exclamation instead of a slash. And it turns out the fact that you've got to put in a number in front of the type of dice you want to use. Don't worry, we'll get you there. We will walk you through everything. We'll teach you all the things, and you will enjoy. But let's say the fact that you want to be the person giving the warlock their little quests of conquest. You want to tell them, hey, burn down that orphanage, or don't. By all means, either way. Quote pro quo. It's fine. We'll teach you. We will tell you how to make those wonderful soul delivery quests as easy and as inconspicuous as possible, for them to realize after the fact, I kind of killed a couple of kids. Yeah, trust me, we'll tell you how to do that. It's perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. It'll be one under the bridge in about 18 different after like 20 sessions, probably. It's perfectly fine. They'll forget about that, and then they'll probably remember the fact that they went and killed a dragon and got a dragon horde, but they don't know like half of their gear is cursed. Trust me, it's fun. Players will forget the cursed items. I've done that enough. So come over here. We'll teach you the way. You will have fun, and you will curse the dice gods with us, and you will become one of us. Anyway, back to you, Brendan.
Thank you. Aside from that, we also have some ways you can spend your channel points. One of those ways being to help the various players at this table with some guidance. Is anybody here who knows how much they need?
I think I need one or two. I'm pretty sure I used that
Okay.
much last week.
Okay. Now they
Uh,
can hold a max of 3, so if you just want to use your channel points to buy them a little bit of help, you are more than welcome to. If you want to do
Great.
it during the stream, you will see those numbers reflected in the top right-hand corner of their
Mm-hmm.
profile picture, and that is where you can make sure they stay ready to face the challenges thrown at them that are appropriate for a level 9 story. I saw some faces. Well then, that being aside, I think we are ready to dive into the game. Last we left off, the cursed crew had successfully navigated a decent portion of the Temple of the Three Beasts. Facing its challenges, solving its puzzles, at least the ones they came across, they eventually found what they were looking for, survived a treacherous battle, some of them broken in other ways, but not physically.
Hmm.
They emerged from that darkness, perhaps a bit closer, and perhaps a bit better, but certainly a fair bit stronger. Making their way back around the horseshoe-shaped island that is the Shattered Temple as a whole, they bedded down, enjoyed peace, rest, discussed their next steps. Night came, morning arrived. Further things were hammered out, and I believe a few of you were heading off to the Flamekeeper. So we'll pick up with those. Any conversations you wish to have or anything you want to do as you are walking?
After we get away from the party, and we're definitely out of earshot of them.
Mm.
Not looking at Red, but we were walking alongside of Red. You know, something you said last night kind of stuck with me.
Right.
The whole "we might not be best of friends" thing.
Right. We don't really talk a lot, do we?
Well, do we have to talk if we're friends?
Not really, I suppose.
I mean, you're the first person in the group that told me without question, as well as trust my opinion.
Right.
And you were the first person of the group I went to for help.
Fair.
So, but not just because where I'm from, that's a good sign of good friendship to me.
Right.
I mean, we've had so much happen to us in these last few months that we honestly have not had any real downtime to even have a conversation.
True.
And both you and I have been engrossed in our own relations.
Right. That's fair. I don't know. I do trust you and consider you a friend. I don't... It's hard to explain.
Most friendships and things that matter tend to be, in my experience at least. For as smart as I am, I still can't find words half the time.
Fair.
But I just wanted to clear that up because I've always considered you a very good friend, honestly.
Right. I don't know, perhaps it's that we don't really talk as much as I talk with the others, or...
Well,
I don't know.
I feel like you you came to me first for a lot of this Phoenix stuff.
Right. Well, you're smart.
Well, I don't feel like that has a complete barring on it.
That's also fair.
Because you know well this is well out of my normal field.
True, but I don't know. I value your logical brain.
Just as
I'm-
I value your brutish arcane strength.
Flatterer, don't let Zon hear you say that.
Sorry, my back was itchy.
I saw that like slow creeping back scratcher movement, and I was just like, concentrate.
Back is really itchy. I didn't want to say anything. You were having a good RP moment. I was like, but it itches.
You didn't want to do the blue, like the rubbing against the tree motion. Yeah.
Don't tempt me.
He's a perfect good door frame right there, guys. He can go do it.
Keep talking. I'll be right back.
Put it on Patreon for later.
All right. Well, I don't know. Perhaps. I don't know. It's difficult to explain. It really is. Words suck.
They definitely do when they escape you.
Right.
I just wanted to say that I know you've been going through a lot, just as much as I have. But
Right.
don't forget, you have people around you that care about you just as much as Eva does. Maybe not the same way, but
Hopefully not. That would be quite awkward.
it would make a couple things I've talked to you and done with you quite awkward indeed, actually.
Right. Let's not think about that, shall we?
But anyways,
It's not like they've hidden a body together. It's fine.
I'm sorry, what?
yeah, that was a thing.
That was absolutely a thing.
Right.
Right, I don't know. I don't. It feels sometimes like we're coming at things from opposite angles. Which, of course, doesn't lessen any friendship.
No, but we also don't butt heads either.
Very true.
Because I value your opinion just as much as you value mine.
That makes me question your logic, Doctor.
I don't know everything. No man can.
It's fair. Although, if I can manage to get all my memories back, I wager I might be close.
Well, given that you were beyond what a mortal could be, I would have hoped so.
Right. That would be awkward, wouldn't it? Oh no.
Well, as an arcane practitioner and one that studies the topic I do, there are ways for mortals to become immortal, but the moral of it is questionable in the best lighting.
Right. Are you speaking of more than just, vampirism?
Yes. There are methods that I've read about in my research. Lost at this age, though, so be more of a rediscovery if anything.
Right.
But there have been references to individuals who've attained a form of immortality. And vampirism is not a true... It's not true immortality like it is with you, to be fair. You can still die.
Right. That's fair.
I would probably go as far as to say you probably have what would be considered the most true form of immortality.
Right. I I don't know if I have all of that right now, but
No, but you got some of it at the very least. And remember back at the casino?
right. Blowing at Drakix there. Ooh, I felt bad for that one.
Yeah, none of us really expected that to happen, so I don't think you can blame yourself for that.
Fair.
Because how do you plan for someone to erupt in flames and come back to life?
Well, we know now. Hopefully he won't
Yeah.
stand quite so close.
Yeah, I will make sure not to, at least.
Right.
I would also make sure to I would also go for not letting it happen in the first place, though.
True. We shouldn't probably rely on my reincarnation too often.
No, it will make us lazy if you think about it.
Right.
But
Well,
I just wanted to clear up that because I feel like you were thinking something different than I was, and I just wanted to know.
right. Well, I wasn't entirely sure what you thought of my opinion sometimes. I mean, not that you probably didn't make it blatant, but I can be a bit
Well, I
thick-headed
have been wearing my
sometimes.
mask a lot, so
Right.
can't really read my expressions. It's only been a recent thing,
Right.
but I probably could have done better about vocalizing.
Hmm.
So I'll take the blame in that part, but
I could also probably attempt to be more genial, I suppose.
well, that's something I wasn't expecting.
That is
Is the
fair.
sky falling?
Are we falling?
Not until I get my wings back, damn it.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just after last night, I've come to care about this group a lot more. Realizing what it's like not to have any of you around.
Right. I last night was
There is
I
really no word to describe it.
right. I couldn't even focus enough on anything else to notice that nobody was there.
If I didn't have that reprieve once a year, I wouldn't either, honestly.
Right.
I do find it odd that he came to me, not you, though. Or did he come to you?
He did not. It was constant, unending, unyielding pain.
I feel like it's planning something.
You could be right. How risky is what we're about to endeavor to do you think?
Well, I guess it depends on how we set up.
True.
What we're about to do with the Flamekeeper, I don't think the risk is as high. But if we want to take that thing on, I feel like the risk is incalculable.
Right.
I mean, it kind of does. It is basically the fate of all existence.
So I don't know how to say this. I am concerned that if I do get sucked back in, and it is somewhat more permanent than the last time, I want the statue kept intact until something can be done about the Everhunger permanently.
I can agree to that, but at the same time, I think that's something you should take up with everyone else. Because if you get stuck in there again, I'm the only one who can go in and get you.
That's why I'm talking to you about it. You're the only one who can get me.
And this time I'll be going in at full strength. So I'll be able to get us out, ideally. But that
Hopefully
is
it won't come to that, and I will be able to get out if I get sucked in again.
well, that's the point of going to this ritual. We're going to make sure that can't happen.
Right.
And that's why we're taking all these precautions.
True. True. All right, well. Did that potion thing feel weird? The thing that we drank before sleeping. It was strange, right? Just
What?
snap of the fingers awake.
I woke up continuing the conversation. I didn't realize I went to sleep.
Right.
What
Strange.
is in that tea?
You'll have to ask the Flamekeeper. I have no idea. I was actually hoping you would be able to figure it out.
I haven't had a chance to look at the tea yet.
Right. That's fair.
It is very potent, I'll give it that. And this is coming from someone who has made herbal teas to help sleep.
You know, if we ever run out of it, how strong is the next strongest thing? Probably nothing like that.
Not to the same degree, at least.
Great.
Though chances of the dreamless aspect could be replicated? Hard to really say without... I need to read a bit more into it.
Right.
That being said, I haven't really spoke to Zahn about this yet, but I already kind of have an idea of her reaction to it.
All right.
I've been doing a lot of thinking about what I had to have last night, but also what's led up to it.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been through Eva removing your memories.
Right. Oh, I see where this is headed. Or I think I do.
Why don't you ask me which you think it is, and I'll say I'll correct it.
Do you want her to remove your memories of your time in the box?
No. That's not what I was going to ask, actually.
Please tell me you were not thinking of asking her to remove your memories of your wife and daughter, because then I will be angry.
I guess you're angry?
She comes to a full fucking stop, and she is openly angry.
Dog will turn and look at her.
Are you fucking serious right now?
I do have a logic to it, though I don't think it's good logic.
It's not good luck. You're supposed to be the level-headed one, not the rash one. What is this? No.
It's been weaponized against me for so long at this point.
However, the memories of them are all you have left of them. The only way you have to honor them.
I've thought about that.
And?
There is a way I can restore the memories.
Right. Continue.
Not only to myself, as well. There's certain levels of magic that can mess with one's memory in general.
Right.
I don't know why, but after last night's experience, I feel like I'm strong enough to learn it.
You should certainly. How long have you been thinking about this?
Since last night.
That's not nearly long enough.
Well, if you count the 15 years I was in that thing,
You are not contemplating forgetting your loved ones entirely.
it's hard to say when you have them yelling at you constantly. I do care about them. Always will, but I can't continue letting people ruin them to target me.
That I understand.
And Eva keeps the memories. At least, from how I understand, at least. You know more about it than I do. But
Right. She does.
there's no reason I can't reapply them to myself. Or even reapply them to you guys.
And there is magic that will do this.
Yes, I don't know how legal it is, to be honest with you, though. Probably not the most legal of magics out there.
Right. Since when have we been concerned with that?
We are fugitives, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
Do you forget the first job I got you?
You're not wrong with that either.
Right. So, skipping over the legality or no,
Mhm.
how difficult would it be?
Well, I'm powered up to learn the spell, I think. But I don't think I'm powerful enough to cast it at the level I would need to do this.
Right.
So,
So, they've been your driving force, though. The
yes,
reason why you've taken the path you have.
yes and no. And he'll reach into his coat pocket and pull out a card. I was forced to give up that motivation, remember? And he shows her the tarot card.
Right. True.
And I found new motivation within the group and within Son, you, and Eva, Drac.
Willingly giving up such a big part of yourself strikes me as all kinds of wrong.
Maybe it is. But powers beyond us seem to be hinting, if not outright shoving me in that direction. I feel like, at least.
True. It does sort of seem like it. Then what are they shouting at me?
Snack time.
Shut up, Brandon.
Sorry, it was the PBG talking for a minute. Just trick or treat.
All tricks, no treats, motherfucker. Right. So
It's not something I'm going to do now, obviously, and the Eva thing, that's something she controls anyways, from what I understand, so it's more of, if it happens, I don't think I would have too much problem with it right now.
right. Well,
It's not like I'm going to forcibly do it myself.
right. Do think on it for a while, though. I think she can sort of. I wouldn't say target, but like, also yes. But I'm not sure if she can target specific memories or not.
I have no answers to that, but is I won't bring up to Eva. Not until, like you said, I thought about it a lot more.
Right.
I just wanted to ask you about it because you've been through it.
Mm. Right. I have. I've been through a lot of memory loss.
Yeah, my obviously it is a big part of who I am and was.
Mm-hmm.
So I do fear the changes it could leave on me.
Right.
But at the same time,
Losing memories that are a core part of yourself make you wonder if you are acting like yourself, if you are reacting to things as you normally would. They make you wonder how much of you has changed. They make you wonder.
if I'm honest, I am not the same person I was when I left that island. And
Not,
then I don't think I could see myself as that person again.
not to bring up anything that might cause pain, but do you truly want to forget how your daughter's hair felt? Or what it felt like to hug her?
I don't, but like I
You
said, I
will
don't
if
feel
you...
like I'm giving the choice in this.
Right. Well, on the positive side, at least you have the choice.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm thinking about it now and wanting to bring it up now, because if I don't, I feel like that choice is be made for me.
Right. Definitely think on it a little longer, but if you're sure, I'll back your play.
Appreciate that.
Of course. We are supposed to be friends after all, right?
We are. And if it happens before I even come to the decision, let Eva know that I have no hard feelings about it either way,
Right.
because I understand how it works. But like I said, if I learn this spell and I become powerful enough, I can use it to restore all of our memories. It won't be anytime soon, of course.
Right. Well... Thank you for trusting me with this.
I wanted an outside opinion that wasn't completely biased. No offense to Zion, but
Damn, bro.
I think she would always side with me keeping their memories,
Probably.
no matter what argument I used.
Most likely.
Even though I do love her a lot, honestly, but I do know how she acts and I know how she would react, and I wanted to think about this more before approaching her with it, because I made a promise to do so.
Right. Well, as I said, I'll back your play. I still don't like it.
I don't like it either, honestly. But I feel like it's worth discussing now.
Right.
We should at least head out to the Flamekeeper and get this stuff settled, and I believe we have a conversation to be had about my blood.
Right. There's that, of course.
Yes. I guess we'll start heading over back, continue our path to the Flamekeeper.
Yep. Awkward silence.
Just kind of letting all that information just kind of sink in for a bit.
Sorry, I'm just doing some math real quick.
You're good.
There we go. Okay. As the two of you have been walking and conversing, we will move the story and shift our view over back to the area in between and just in front of the home Captain Breeze has made for himself, where Levigazon, Eva, Drakix, Cassandra, and Captain Breeze are all going about whatever business they would. Or maybe heading out. I don't know. I'm not going to speak for your characters, but I'm just going to say, hey guys, here's the scene. Have fun.
Whee!
Who wants to go first?
Not it.
Drac is currently sitting on the ground, leaning against one of the stone pedestal things, because there's probably a couple there. And he's just looking out over the actual sea. I mean, the lake thing, you know. His mind, like, not there, but there. So whenever anybody were to mention, like, get near him, he would look over them, but his mind would just still be like out there.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of, give me a wisdom saving throw.
God damn it. A 26.
Nice. Okay.
Ooh.
Continue.
Yeah, that's about it, really. That's all I was thinking about he was going to do
Okay.
today.
I feel like Zahn would probably hang out there for like an hour or two,
Mm-hmm.
and then probably be like, I'm gonna go check on how the plants are doing, and maybe get some of those. Hey, Eva, do you still have some of that tea from last night?
I mean, yeah, we were given like a few days worth for the two of them.
Could I take some? I'm not gonna drink it. Not yet, but I'm gonna go see if Ember can maybe give us some of the plants. So we can make more? Or I can figure out how to make it. Maybe?
I mean, if she can figure out what it is first, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. And Eva will just kind of tap out a little bit into like a little pouch for Zahn to take with her.
Perfect. She'll tuck it in her belt and head over to Ember.
Okay. Head over to the familiar, the peakest peak that there is on the left hand side of the horseshoe here, where her house is.
Yes.
Head over, you can see the familiar tabaxi is currently sitting on a small wooden stump with a little, basically like I forget what it's called, the style of it, but it's where you kind of bore out the center of a piece of tree, and then you also bore through the side to make a little flame.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what that's called. Someone will correct me, but
Yes.
That's fair.
she needs to be making the remnants of a breakfast over that. She's like eating a bit. She sees you. She quickly puts it down, like wipes her mouth.
Oh, no need to rush or be polite around me. It's fine.
Oh, good.
I would do the same.
She quickly finishes her meal and kind of, she's just like waves her hand. The flame goes out. How can I help you? She kind of stands up and walks over to you.
I was just coming to see how the plants were doing, seeing if they were growing some.
Doing well. They're taking to the soil,
Perfect.
and weekish. Should be able to take some home.
A week. Okay.
Maybe less.
Yeah.
Unpredictable.
I have no idea how long we're gonna stay here. We went through some stuff last night. So yeah.
What happened? She like, you see she kind of looks over and just waves her hand again, and a small little mold of earth kind of comes up and makes this little like half seat for you to sit in.
Son will sit and be like, "Oh, this is kind of comfy."
Very cozy.
It's covered with moss and like,
Yep.
yep. It's like, okay.
Is that really, really short, fine, like Bermuda grass?
Yeah. Well, we went into the temple, the ruined temple.
You don't mean, and she kind of like points across the giant lake directly at where you guys went.
Yeah.
You didn't go in there,
Yeah.
did you?
Yeah.
Oh, you child.
Well, we're all alive.
Good.
So that's good. Um, it was harder for the others, I think. They all went through a lot of things, and I just wish I could have helped them more. So I'm kind of here doing that, checking on the plants, and I want to see if you knew what this tea was made of, and if I could potentially make more of it. And she'll
She
pull out
kind
the
of
little pouch.
extends her tabaxi paw.
It knocked them right out. The Flamekeeper gave it to them.
Mm-hmm.
She hands it over.
As soon as you do, her other hand comes over, kind of a little fast, maybe too fast for comfort, and grabs your hand. And she can feel her paw pads kind of moving over your skin.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
What?
She takes the leaves, doesn't answer you. She takes the leaves, opens it up.
Okay.
Baxy.
Fucking immediately identifies it.
Fuck yes.
Oh, yes. I had a suspicion this is what it was. Yes, I made this for the Flamekeeper. When he actually wants to sleep, as you know. Well, you might not know, actually.
Yeah.
Elves don't sleep.
Yeah. Okay. Weird.
And she hands it back.
That's odd. So, would you be able to give me plants that we could grow on the ship so that I could make more of this tea? Or is it a bit more complicated than that?
Could.
Mm-hmm.
Give me just a moment. And she kind of goes over and starts, kind of like you see her just like inspecting all the herbs and plants and things that surrounds her home.
Mm-hmm.
As she's doing this, what do you do?
Zon's probably going over to like. So sorry, she got up and is like looking over all her plants.
Yes. Yeah.
Zon will probably get up and go and inspect the ones that she planted earlier for her, and just kind of being like, "Oh, they are growing. Wow, they're growing really fast." She's gonna kind of touch one and not root it, not uproot it, not do anything, but just look at it.
You kind of touch one of the plants and kind of like try and feel the healthiness of it and see how it's doing. And out from your touch, you watch as unconsciously this verdant green and light blue magic just falls and into the soil, and the plant seems to stand upright a little more and seems a bit healthier.
She's just holding her hand there and like, Ember? I did something and I don't know what I did.
You look over, you can see Ember is just standing there staring at you.
What did I just do?
I knew it. And she like approaches you with a rush, grabs your hands and pulls you down to her size and looks you in the eyes.
What did I
do? Have it. And she like starts looking way to your right and to your left and staring at your face. She takes her hands up to your face and kind of like pulls the eyelids down a bit, so like to get to see your eyeballs better.
Yeah.
She's like just inspecting you.
Donna's very like, I don't know what I did or what's happening, but sure. What?
You have the spark of nature within you.
She's like, what? She like
No, not that. You have talent in line with mine. To nurture nature
I can grow plants?
and so much more.
Can you teach me some?
But certainly.
Nobody in my family really does this, and so sure.
And she just kind of reaches her paw up to your face and just goes like this. And there's like a of wind.
What was that?
No smell, just wind. You try.
I don't know what am I supposed to think? Do I empty my mind? Do I have to think of something?
Hang on. It's a natural 20. Plus your modifier. So it's a 21 wisdom check.
Ooh.
You successfully cast one of the effects, and you just innately and immediately understand Druidcraft.
Huh. It's like she kind of turns and like crouches down to like the ground, and she's gonna try and think to like grow a flower or like a herb or something like that.
And do you choose a plant or just a place on the ground?
Just a place on the ground.
Okay. The grass that is there livens up, grows a bit more.
Oh.
But you get a sense that if you want to cause a particular plant to be infused, you have to at least have the seed.
Oh, I like this. So, okay. What else can you teach me?
Oh, there's many things to learn.
I have
there is
all
some.
day, maybe.
There are some offensive alternatives.
Might be useful for, yeah.
Might be useful.
Yeah.
And she leads you away from her house and her garden.
Yeah, offensive.
Okay. Now you certainly seem sturdy,
Oh yeah.
but you may want to brace yourself.
Okay. So
And she reaches out with her hand, her paw, and just kind of places it against your stomach. And you have a quick smell of ozone. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
where is my dice? Ooh. 27?
What was that?
27?
That's a success.
Uh-huh.
So you don't take any damage, but you hear and feel the impact of thunder against your body.
She kind of like looks down like, oh, that was weird. Okay.
Like I said, you're certainly hardy. Now and she'll kind of like stand next to you, like move around.
Uh-huh.
We must remember, as much as we want to bring life and nurture nature, the forces of it can be at our whim. And she like extends her padded paw forward, and you kind of feel almost for a moment that you're just standing next to a memory comes into mind. A memory of you clinging for life to the side of the ship. The section of it was blown asunder from lightning beneath. For a moment, you feel like you're standing next to that storm. But then it fades. Controlled. Kind of exhales. I'm so excited. And she just once she's calmed down, she turns and just looks at you. It's rare, but there have been those born with a spark of nature and then through. Oh my goodness, that's it. You said you faced trying times down there.
Some, yeah.
But you. Did you face adversity down?
In a sense, yeah.
That could be it. As we approach our demise, the body finds a way to push through. I believe something with you may have awoken. I'm not saying go chase your death. I'm just saying you survive. Now you must study. But there is no book for this. It's just learning and listening to the wind, to yourself.
I'm
But
glad there's no book.
if we have time, then time we will have. She will spend as long as you want doing her best to teach you the ways of the druid.
Yay! Alrighty. I agree, Mav. Somehow Zon learned Druidic. And they're just talking in that.
That's actually a really funny story point. Yeah, as you're talking, you realize now you're not talking in common.
No. She's like trying to switch back, but then not, but then like what is happening? But yeah. And that is our first level in Druid.
Yay!
Yay!
Eva, what are you up to?
Eva has had her time of rage, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Venting her frustrations into hopefully a safe area where she doesn't hurt anything or anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that currently it's more of an internal struggle. She's watching Cassandra run around with Breeze and hanging out with Drakix if he needs anything. But internally, she's very much having a I don't even know what it would really be called. It's a war of how she's currently feeling is the best way I can describe it. Where she's contemplating of a lot of where she's come from, what she's been through, what she's experienced, and what she wants to do going forward. And a lot of her has been pushed towards trying to make up for the harm that she inflicts on people because of her nature. She wants to do good. She wants to help people. She doesn't want to really sort of continue perpetuating the ideals that people have about dampiers and vampires and all that. But as she's sitting there kind of just thinking about this, almost absent-mindedly, she's also like gently running her fingers over the book that her patron gave her. And the irony of the fact that it's called Descent into Darkness, and the fact that these feelings of frustration are incredibly, overwhelmingly powerful, but she doesn't know what to do. And that's going to probably take a good chunk of time from her, unless somebody interrupts her.
Okay. Red and Doctor, you arrive at the stone entrance to the Flamekeeper's home.
Well, shall we?
All right, let's get it done.
We'll head on in. So I mentioned it doesn't have like a doorbell.
That'd be really funny.
There is no doorbell, and it is stone, but you do notice that looks like someone has taken a simple, just like a driftwood piece of plank wood and kind of affixed it to one side of the doorway, so there is at least a place you could knock and not break your knuckles.
Okay, so Doc will take it and use it as like a door knocker.
Yeah. Yes, one moment.
I was gonna say you probably like personalized a alarm spell just to be like around this thing. When your finger touches it, all you hear is just a beeping inside. But anyway,
No way to make a doorbell in this.
And after just a few moments, you see the Flamekeeper kind of approach the entryway. Oh, good morning. I didn't realize it was you. Please come in.
Head on in.
Yep.
The area is well lit. One of the windows actually has the curtains opened up completely, and there's also light source by his work desk.
Okay.
You can see he has pulled a second table next to the work desk, and it is just cluttered with all manner of materials used for casting spells. Some are in jars, some just have a little tag written on them and attached to it.
Familiar sight for Doc.
Yeah.
So, how much progress have you made on your own?
Slow, but such things do take caution.
Well, thank you for sending the tea, by the way.
Ah,
Yes.
glad it worked.
It was very potent. Wasn't expecting that.
Yes, well, it is meant for someone of my constitution to actually experience sleep.
That would make sense why it's so potent.
I'm just glad it worked.
It did.
Maybe take a half dose.
I'll think about it.
No, I think the dose was rather perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I got it.
Wow.
Well, ready to get at it.
One thing before we do,
Of course.
I'm sure you were already told of our venture into the temple. At least a little bit of it.
A little bit. I heard you at least secured a path where we needed to go.
We did.
Good.
They weren't privy to some information until this morning about something that I apparently uniquely went through while we were trapped in there.
Right.
Yes, I had been pondering on that.
We were separated, didn't see each other at all, or hear each other.
Interesting. The space within the box is, if my calculations are correct, and I'm the one that made the box, vast.
Yes, and it seems the the devourer has complete control within there.
That would make sense, as it is designed to keep him at bay. Part of that is being the barrier. He can touch it. Sure, he can interact
Hmm.
with it. He. Whatever.
I think he prefers he, but that could just
Right.
be because of the form he chose to show himself as.
Hmm.
Came to you.
A few times. Once every year, I was trapped in there. For the 20 years I was in there.
How long were you in there? In
About
art.
about about 20 years from
But
I'm not
our side.
46 seconds roughly.
Right.
Just based off what everyone else was talking about. Kind of hard to gauge something time for the outside.
Hmm.
It is odd. I did not put anything of time into the making of the box.
I think that's more it's his doing than your own. Though we have no idea what it's truly capable of to begin with, so maybe time.
Not many do. Such stories were lost to the land. Even
Speaking-
then, though, I doubt there's much known on this creature.
Well,
Entity.
I do
Force.
have a question, and as someone who was there, you're uniquely positioned to potentially answer it.
Hmm.
I didn't
Well,
bring this. I didn't bring this up earlier because it wasn't quite relevant. I feel like it was best to talk about this later. But from my understanding, there was no way of stopping this thing. Nothing could even stand against it. At
Not
least
that was known.
so. What if I told you that I can resist it?
I would
Yeah.
say that is quite a feat.
I can do more than just tell you. I can show you. And the doctor reached into his pouch, or his not pouch, but his bag, and produced the vial with the black ichor.
Mhm.
I think you would recognize this.
Yeah, well, it's been quite a few years since I've seen that. Or something, anyways.
Well, I don't know if you're
You can
aware.
see he is immediately on guard.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you're aware of probably why I had this or where I got it. But on the surf, above the clouds, there's been a slowly spreading pandemic that was partially created as well as influenced by the Devourer. No, and my home island was the original testing ground for this pandemic.
Hmm.
Those infected simply exhibit symptoms of the flu, the common flu. Nothing that would be alarming or anything like that, but within 2 weeks, they just would die. But within the day, they would rise again. Very feral,
That
black
is
veins.
similar to a sight I saw some 200 years ago, but much larger scale.
Doc will kind of go to his collar and kind of move it aside and show what's left of a bite mark scar.
I see.
Last thing my wife gave me. Kind of hides it back away.
But you are not.
And that is what I'm going to show you. And I'll take out my syringe, inject it into my arm, pull out blood, put it into its own vial, presentation of the syringe, into the black ichor. Same thing, put it into the vial with the blood. Watch. And I'll do a little stir as well.
He kind of watches as far.
Mhm. It does take a bit to actually show, but normally, I'm sure you're aware, the ichor will spread and try to consume all the blood within this vial.
He brings over a little wooden vial stand for you.
Mm-hmm.
Sets it down.
Yeah, set it down.
So you're not just like holding it there.
Mm-hmm. I'll set it down and I'll obviously, keep the other vial of the black ichor separate and put it back away. My blood can make the ichor go inert, allowing it to be safely removed from individuals.
He will watch this for a moment. And he kind of looks at you. Have you, correct me, have you shown him any of your birthmark?
No.
Okay. Kind of looks at this, looks at you. That is certainly interesting.
As far as I'm aware, I'm the only one who has this ability. But that's hard for me to say, given that I was orphaned. Or raised an orphan. I guess it's a better way of saying that. Parents dropped me off on a far off island. And that's all I know.
Throughout your life, have you found yourself difficult to die?
Yes, but I don't know what that has to do with anything. I just considered it was my field of expertise coming into play. I do practice necromancy.
By choice.
Yes. It is
Are
the
you
origination. It was, well, as certain as I can be, it was my conscious choice, but as of late, I've had some individuals of higher power directing me. So I'm not
He
entirely
stands up
sure.
and he walks away from you and heads over to one of the bookshelves. What did it say when it spoke to you?
Come with me, and I'll make this end.
And what happened with you? He'll look towards Red.
During this whole time,
Yes.
I felt what my other body feels. There was no rest, just 20 years of torture.
And he pulls a book off the shelf, starts thumbing through it. That would be most the expected outcome. But to be communicated with, and you weren't turned into a dribbling mess because your mortal mind trying to comprehend that creature. And he'll take the book and set it down in front of you, Doctor.
I'll
And
lean
you
over
see
and look at it.
in the center of the page is your birthmark. Beneath it, there is a tree of a family. And on the trunk of the tree, it states, the Vale-born bloodline.
Doc would immediately just like I go into shock, honestly.
Dun dun dun.
Are you able to push? Are you able to read?
If it's in common, I can.
It's in common.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's more of like the whole seeing his birthmark was the last thing he expected to be shown right now. uh,
Those of the Vale-born bloodline are said to be touched by twilight. Their very essence guarded by a protective shroud. The lore and legend is somewhere in their furthest histories of their bloodline. Someone made a deal and a pact with the Everhunger. This entity, knowing its hunger would need secured routes, accepted many into its fold, and gifted its blood to those who would take it.
he looks at this tree and just to see how far the tree goes. How long has this been recorded?
This only goes back maybe a couple centuries. This was when we started to see and started to become conscious creatures in the days just past the separating of the realms and the chaos made order.
Doc still unable to take his eyes off of this book at this point. Well, I guess that solves one riddle. And as he says this, he's removing the glove off his left hand. And
Well, I suppose there is some good news here.
I suppose so, but he'll just like present his birthmark to the dreamer, not dreamer, but the flamekeeper.
He takes it in his hands and looks it over.
It grew after last night.
As your strength grows, so will its.
Stop. Sorry.
He gets done inspecting it and gives your hand back.
Yeah. Well, it does clarify a few things I've learned recently from Captain Breeze. He points to the birthmark on the page. This is a symbol of a company above clouds called the Blue Rose.
See, being here has certainly left me a gap in knowledge, but there were those of this bloodline that followed the pact and those that fought against it. So the good news is, it seems at least you still have your mind and a choice.
Well, like I said, it's good to hear. Now, I do have a couple more things to mention about what's going on about the clouds. There's an island called Reese, probably the largest island of the floating islands. That is where this company, the Blue Rose, is based out of. They are, from what I understand, basically admirals of the fleets, some of the most powerful individuals out of Reese. And clearly, I come from one of these individuals, unknown who.
Clearly, but if you were not raised in this force, you are certainly a child of who did not go with the flow.
Yes, that's what I expect. But you should know that Reese is the cause of this Icarus outbreak. They have condensed it into weapons, specifically small black daggers, that when one wields it, they will have an insatiable urge to quench the blade's thirst for blood. And as they do, the blade will grow from a dagger to a short sword to a long sword and eventually a great sword. The power of those individuals would also grow.
I see.
I have one of these blades. Not on me, back on a ship. It is a cursed item connected to a large mine. And I now know it to be the Devourer mine.
It would seem Hubris certainly has been visiting me recently. We thought we could trap such a thing.
Well, to be fair, you did.
You'll
But you,
look to Red.
Hmm.
I'm sorry.
For what?
I should have known.
that what? A member of my family still existed and would ruin all this?
I should have known such a half-panicked, half-cooked plan wasn't going to hold.
Right. Well.
There is a silver lining to all this.
Oh, do tell.
Speak it.
We have a way of fighting back. You have bought us enough time to find it.
This is true. And perhaps if we are lucky, we can get you path back to you.
That is the ultimate goal.
And he'll stand up. He'll head to his workbench.
Doc will follow.
Okay.
Get to work helping him.
Do you want to assist him, or do you want to be assisted?
I don't get to know his modifier, do I?
No.
All right, then I have another question.
Nice try.
Yeah. Let's worth a shot, guys. Then I have another question. Do I get my D4 for using tools?
What tool does this does this fall under?
Well, I can argue Tinker Tools, but you can argue Tinker Tools for just about anything.
You could. It's not really tinkering. You are drafting and constructing an incredibly complex, multi-layered ritual.
Yeah. Too bad my Emerald Pen is not a tool, technically.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'll take the advantage.
Oh.
Okay.
I will add a D4, my last D4.
So this will determine how many days it takes.
Jeez.
There is a total number you need to hit in my head, and you have milestones along the way. You just want to roll them all out now? You can. If you want to roll day by day, more than welcome to.
So I just went ahead and rolled now.
I haven't looked yet, so you can keep it to yourself.
Yep. How many rolls would I be rolling if I did all at once?
You would just keep rolling, telling me a total. I would add it together, and that'd let you know your milestones and when you're done.
Okay, I'll do it all at once then.
Okay.
All right.
What is your first total?
28.
Okay.
All right, this next one.
Of day one,
Okay.
the both of you discover you'll need multiple ingredients. First ingredient, or you'll need ingredients and specific glyphs. The first one you come across is being named the Circle of Reconnection. That is going to be the multi-layered glyph system. And it is a 3-dimensional glyph system.
Okay.
He's not just using a flat surface. He's going to have to discover a way to keep glyphs in the air or in some other pattern. But you've hit that milestone.
Okay.
I'm bad at math. I'll have my calculator ready.
I imagine we make a list of the ingredients we come up with and hand it to Red to be like, hey, see, make sure the others can try and find this for us.
But that's day one.
I'm an errand boy now?
Errand woman, to be exact.
Dracus is not here at the moment to do it, so.
I mean, that is fair.
Damn. But that's the end of day one.
Yeah.
And everybody else be thinking about what you want to do during this day, because I will come around the table and just ask what you're up to. But we'll get doctors knocked out so we can know how many days are spent. Day 2.
Rolling now. I don't get the D4. I don't believe so. Make sure I subtract that. That's good. 24.
This is a beneficial day. 2 benchmarks are hit.
Nice.
You 2 benchmarks. You figure out first, you're going to need feathers or ash of the phoenix. Next, he procures from a storage. He brings out this. It appears to be a ruby, but as you look at it, it's not actually, you can't see through it.
Mhm.
It's an opaque stone, but it is red like a ruby. It is called Ember Stone, and it is warm to the touch.
Okay.
Next will be an interesting roleplay moment. You're going to need Essence of Celestial Light. Can be gathered at dusk or dawn by a person of faith.
Oh, okay. This is gonna be interesting. I have two options now. Who I choose? Hmm. Okay, so it'll depend on where everyone's at the point.
Okay.
So,
That's day 2. Day 3, roll.
yep. Okay, that
And by the way, these
is-
are 16-hour days.
okay. I mean, I figured as much. Like every waking hour is in this, and I'm drinking tea every night. 23.
Okay. Reached another milestone. You're going to need something to assist in physically and spiritually binding Red to her form. You're going to need, and you've seen these before, you're going to need chains of starlight.
Do I
You've
know how
seen them once before.
in
If
the
you remember,
thing?
you remember. If not, roll a history check.
I'm gonna roll a history check to confirm it.
Okay.
Because I think I know what it is, and I'm sure you're not gonna tell me if I'm right or wrong either way. But I think it's the chains that came out of the dream realm and grabbed us initially when we went to the temple.
What'd you roll?
I hadn't rolled yet.
Okay.
Normal. I rolled a natural 20 for a 25.
You immediately think of the chains that kept Eva bound in the dream realm. They were made of pure white light.
Did dragons take any of those?
Oh.
I don't remember. I think he attempted to.
I tried to, but I couldn't grab them.
There. Okay. But we know what they're made of, so therefore we can probably recreate them with Eva's help.
We'll find out.
Yeah, it's dream realm
End of
magic.
day 3. Day 4.
Alright, advantage. Oh, so close. This is a interesting one. I say 26. Come on, I'm rolling really bad, by the way, so everyone knows.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the 5th day, you were able to complete the planning and the final ingredient. You realize you will need water from the reflecting pool.
Okay, that's easy to attain. I know exactly what it is. I tell them exactly where it is, but warn you not to stare into it.
Actually, that's kind of
So-
funny. I was already thinking about going there to get like a little supply of it as a precaution.
I
You
think
know,
we
So-
got extra actually.
we
With
have currently
all that
a
planned
bottle as extra, but Draco's going to get more as a precaution.
Yeah.
Doctor, as you mind just destroyed in calculations and drafting and redrafting and more calculations, you've never been challenged like this before. But you drag yourself back to camp. You're going to need to find a way to communicate to the group what is needed as far as you know for day 2. And that is the essence of celestial light that can be gathered at dawn or dusk by an individual of faith.
Where is everybody when I get back to camp?
Great question. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
It's break time.
Lovely.
I just looked down and saw, 7:41. We're getting it.
Mhm.
All right, y'all. We're going to go to break. We're going to make it fast. We're going to make it 10 minutes on the dot. We'll see you in 10. Break time. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for coming out during our break. Right back into it. So, Doctor, you are ready to communicate ingredients to your group.
Mm-hmm. Depending on who is here.
Yeah.
So, as Doctor comes home from his second treacherous long day of magical calculations and contemplating the mysteries of the universe.
It's honestly a really good distraction.
Who
I
is
bet.
where?
Oh man.
Good question.
I would assume that Red is not playing errand boy every single day.
I didn't mention that. I think it's more because that first day was more that you were already there.
Yeah,
kind
the
of thing.
first
Yeah.
day.
And every day after
Yeah.
that, it's more Doc comes home, gives you guys a list.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Drac is
Cool.
currently fishing when you come back.
Okay.
Zahn is probably sitting there trying to produce a flame.
I'll take notice of that for sure.
Yep. It's just like
Red is watching intently.
Look at her
There
sparks
may
or
be
anything.
points of time where
There's
she
like-
just like kind of opens her hand and just sets it on fire and then turns it off and then sets it on fire and then turns it off.
She's just like,
Growls.
look, it's this easy. Watch. Boom, boom, boom.
it's just
It's like
rumbling.
I shouldn't give Red ideas. Never mind. I'm gonna keep my mouth
do
shut.
it, do it.
I'm trying.
Red just
No.
puts a flame in Zahn's hand, so Zahn's like, I did it, and then she can't do it again.
That's cool.
Take one.
I'm trying. Base.
I imagine during the time that she's not poking fun at Zahn, that she will be trying to figure out if she can stuff any more sorcery points into her little bracelet.
Okay. Eva?
Eva would be messing with the portal that she can now summon out of thin air.
Okay.
And, like, she's not going through it, but she's, like, tapping it with a finger, sticking her hand in there, trying to look through it, see what she can see.
I imagine that would steal my attention quite quickly, seeing a portal in camp.
I
Are
feel
you
like at
around
one
camp when you
point,
do this, or are you off by yourself when this happens?
Right.
Yeah, it's
No, she's
important.
definitely staying around friends. She's
Okay.
at one point, I feel like Drac would hear like the displacement,
Yeah, you just hear
and,
the.
and he's just gonna like pack away the fishing rod, go over, look at it, also start poking it with her, and then eventually just goes, "I'm going to," and then just puts his head through
Oh my god.
to see.
As you place your head through this, you look around and you see. It's like there's just a doorway in the middle of nowhere dream realm. There are no structures around you. There is nothing symbolizing any semblance of intelligent life. There is just the infinite expanse of a consistent purple hue. Off in the distance looks like little milky kind of ley line images. I couldn't find the word there for a second. Various bits of far off rock, maybe some dream realm stonework here and there, nothing close.
So
But the
the
most
boonies.
notable thing you get is that out past the doorways are like 3 feet of stone, and that's it.
So we're in the boonies. Got it. He's gonna take a look. Just be like, oh. Pull his head back. It was Florida.
What's Florida?
Exactly. It is nothingness, but there's like about 3 feet in front of it, like stonework. So
So that's the closest person to a gator in a party.
Oh my god.
Exactly. That's just why I get away with it.
The
Listen, I already did a
closest
Gator
person
Express in the
to a
very first
gator?
2 episodes, so
Hmm.
Good lord.
Yeah, and like I said, Darkness is going to be standing at the camp at this point and looking at everyone and just like, what the fuck did I miss?
Oh,
Zon's playing with, attempting to play with magic. Ava's opening a portal to God knows where, according to Doc, right now.
Drax's head keeps going in and out every couple of minutes and just looks at Ava, tells her what he sees, goes back in just to see if it changes. Or anyway, at one point he just thinks, candied apples on a cart. And his head is inside just to see if it appears in front of him, just so he could grab one and just be like, hey, look, there's.
He's going to look at what Drac is doing and is under his
What's your
breath.
intelligence modifier?
It's a goose egg.
You look in, you can see there's about 5 foot of a stonework path that widens out into a 10-foot by 10-foot square, and upon it is this just like really shittily put together wooden cart.
I love it.
He's gonna peel his head back and then put his head back in again just to see if it's still there.
You still
Because now
focusing?
there's still a little bit of focus.
Still there.
He's like, oh sweet. Pulls his head back. I'm gonna take a little walk. and he slowly starts to make a step forward to see what Eva does.
Wait.
Eva's gonna grab him and try and stop him. Like,
No.
Grab-
Let him. It's fine.
No, I need him. Or Eva,
Let's-
one.
Eva's still here.
I love the fact that Jack is just jokingly saying he's gonna go in. He's not doing it on purpose. He's just slowly sticking his foot forward as if like he's going to take that step forward, but he's still not moving. So he's just like giggling at this moment in time. He's like, but there's a shoddy card with what looks like candied apples. And he says this out loud.
candied apples.
For that.
I just look. Did it. Why? How? Fuck. No!
You know, there's some candied apples. And he says it again, and he looks over at Zahn just to see if it just appears again.
Are you lying? Are there actually candied apples?
I don't know. There's a shoddy card with what looks like it. It could be.
Do you want to get me one?
He just points to Eva and Doc, who are just currently like holding on to him. It's like they won't let me.
Evolution is a thing.
That is very true. It is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't your mother ever tell you not to get in carts with strangers?
No. It's a shoddy cart. There's nobody there. We're just with candied apples.
That's
But
the
also,
standard of the
if
universe.
anything else, you should definitely be looking at your girlfriend with that question, because how many times has she just like up and disappeared on us because of a candied apple cart?
Yeah.
To be fair, I have no room to really talk. I have just walked away from the group a lot.
Exactly.
And to be fair, this one's through a portal. And therefore, me and portals don't mix.
She at least stayed on the same plane of existence.
for now.
Yeah.
It's mine, but
what?
he can.
Look, at this moment in time, he takes out a piece, like a thing of rope, ties it around his waist at the same time, and he's just like, all right, if anything, Zahn, can you please come here? With the two of you, you should be able to pull me back. All I need is about 10 feet.
It's not about that. It's he can find you.
Right. Or I could magic hand, rope to cart, pull cart.
No, just pull an apple first. Let's see if that actually works.
Also fair.
Yeah.
So I come over here, and he's like, come over here, Red. Come on, I'll show you. I'll point it out to you.
She will go and peek her head in.
Once again, head in,
Okay.
hand pointing through the portal,
You
and
lean
still
in.
focusing on Shoddy Card.
You lean in,
Uh-huh.
and as you look around, you see, as I described, just an endless expanse of the dream realm. A consistent haze of purple, constant far-off star specks, maybe a bit of debris just floating here and there. But most predominantly, there is the doorway. There is a little 5-foot wide path that goes 5 feet forward. Then it widens out to a 10-foot plot of stonework with on it this just really horribly put together, just the scrap of scrap wood cart.
Right, so any apple from there likely will give you rabies. I think not.
I mean,
Rabies?
I've had
Are we
worse.
sure?
You realize
Zahn
you
isn't seeing this.
Zahn isn't seeing this.
I mean, you
It's
said
only
apples and
dragon.
rabies.
Yeah.
So
Look, we just grab one and we give it to her, and we see what happens. She's the one who's always wanting candied apples.
Right, and I was talking about survival of the fittest earlier.
Exactly. You see, we're just doing nature's work for it.
Okay, is there an apple in sight that she can pluck from the cart?
You do not see one.
Right, your shitty little cart here does not have any apples.
All right, fine. Never mind then.
Right. She'll back out.
He's just like, he's just like, wait, hold on. At this moment, he's just thinking in his mind, just thinking of a small mountain of candied apples in place of where the cart is,
Oh my god.
just to
Okay.
see what happens.
Right.
You do this. Do you stick your head back through?
I have not pulled myself back out.
Yeah.
Okay. As you focus on this, you watch as the cart just fades away.
Mhm.
And then you begin to see the image of a little pile of apples kind of come together. And then just before the image becomes solid, all the stonework crumbles into nothingness, and there's nothing left.
Right.
We know the limit. Now at this point, he pulls out. He pulls both of them out just in case.
Yeah, Red will back out. Well, that was certainly interesting. You would not have wanted an apple from that cart.
no.
It was not great.
Okay.
Listen, I don't know anything about carts. All I know is the fact that it's a bunch of wood taken together, strapped in with some wheels, and it works. If it's a ship, on the other hand, I definitely know that. So, but there's no
Right.
point of having a ship of candied apples because why would you?
So
Because why not?
I'll let you two squabble about candied apples. And she kind of starts to walk away.
But Drac definitely lets Eva know the limitations of what he saw, shifting it over, what happened. So at least this way, Eva knows and is prepared that he was a guinea pig. So that way she at least didn't have to deal with all that.
As soon as everyone is out, she immediately folds it in on itself so that it closes.
It just
Drac still pokes the air where it was just to make sure. He's like, oh, okay, that was fun though.
So
How long did it take you to learn how to get dressed in the morning, Drakix?
forever.
Breeze.
He's just sitting back on his porch drinking from a bottle.
All right.
Love
It
So
depends. If I'm guessing at this point, it depends if I was trying to piss somebody off or not. Probably.
Right.
I don't mind experimenting with new toys, but we have to be careful in there. He can still track me. He can still find me. The longer we stay, the easier it'll probably.
Right.
but what all did I actually miss?
Good
I clearly
question.
I clearly have missed a lot, apparently.
Your girlfriend's trying to play with fire.
That's nothing new, though.
Oh, no. Well, yes, no, but look, watch. Watch.
Okay.
Drakix,
Mhm.
want to have something with me?
Oh, this should be
Okay.
so
Drac
fun,
is
actually.
mildly confused and concerned.
Yeah. We'll scoot about like 20 feet back from everybody. Just gonna look at him. Ready?
Oh, Red is completely out of range of any of this. She's standing on the opposite side.
Drac is also moving away from everybody just as a precaution. He's
Mm.
kind of like
All
he's
right.
practically like right on the edge of the water, just in
Perfect.
case he needs to jump in for anything.
Perfect. Can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
I love this.
That's an 18.
You pass, which I'm not surprised, but you take. That's an 8. Oh, you take 4 points of damage as this wave of force and thunder just emanates from Zahn. AKA she
And the
casts.
entire island hears it.
No, this is.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Not this one. Thank God, not that one.
Not this one.
Just a wave of thunder, aka thunder wave.
Okay.
But yeah.
The less noisy one.
Yes,
Yeah.
the less noisy one, but still slightly noisy. It's like, yeah, you're good at that, but it worked. I cast magic, you guys.
You can do more than speak with animals and smack things now.
Yes.
Oh, I thought cast iron was your best spell. Apparently,
It is
No.
audible.
I guess
to
I was
300.
wrong.
Is
Hmm?
oh,
Yeah, everybody on the island heard you.
it is the more
Not the
noisy
whole
one.
island. The whole, it's
Half of
not
it.
small.
It's the more
Yeah.
noisy one. Whoops. It's
But
still
after about like 5 minutes, you see some people run up with torches and spears.
oh.
Good
They see you, they
Lord.
recognize you. Hey, we're noise. Is everything okay?
Sorry, that was me.
Are you hurt? You
Nope.
okay?
She burped really loudly. It's fine.
Yeah, listen up.
It's her it's her
No.
habit.
Make a
It's
deception
okay.
check.
Huh?
Make a deception check.
Okay.
Good Lord.
That's a 16.
18.
Oh, damn.
Kind of looks to you, Drakix, then looks to her, and looks to you.
He's just like, just leave it alone. Just, it's okay. It's fine.
Testing out new abilities.
It's
Yeah.
fun,
Fine.
everybody. They're just loud. And he
Who's
just
they?
turns and leaves.
Whoop.
Listen, not Drac at this current moment in time thinking about using the damn Thunderous Advance to make a boom for 500 feet just for the hell of it and appearing next to this man and be like, yeah, we are very loud.
You appear next to him.
No, he's not doing it, but he's considering it.
Okay.
Mm. Right. Could we do the less noisy ones, perhaps?
Yeah. Yeah. She is going to. Oh, what does she say? she says something in Quarry. No, yeah, Quarry, because that's her native language. And suddenly, you gain, because I don't have a dice, 2 points of healing. Suddenly feel a lot better.
This is barely a scratch. That's just barely even a
Barely
scratch
even
of a
a scratch.
scratch.
Right. So-
Well, that's surprising, honestly. Though
Yeah.
I'm happy you're able to learn something.
Thank you. I also learned that I can help plants grow occasionally.
That's
So
actually very useful,
yeah,
especially
can-
on our ship.
exactly. So I can hopefully.
I will teach you what you need to know about plants if you need me to.
Perfect. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But back to something we came up with today. Yesterday we found out we needed a couple more ingredients. Well, we found out we need more, but
Right.
the problem is I need a person of faith. It looks both to Drax and Eva.
How's that a problem?
Well, it's more of I don't know how to do it.
What
I just
needs doing?
I need the essence of of celestial that can be only gathered at dusk or dawn.
Of a
Someone of faith.
celestial?
Yep. Doesn't say what kind, just a celestial. So it has to be someone of faith, was something that was very specific about it.
Right. So not me. Got it.
Nor me.
I mean, kind of looks at Red.
Yes.
I mean, traditionally,
Mhm.
you might actually be like maybe part celestial, so there's a chance we do need your help. We just don't know.
Right. Well,
I
willing
don't
to
have
help,
anything to
however.
find celestials. I don't that's not my wheelhouse, but if we can,
Would I have an idea of how this would work?
You were told that through your research and kind of through the experience of the
See you,
Flame
Megan.
Keeper, this can be performed at dawn or dusk,
Mm-hmm.
but it must be performed by a person of faith. And basically, at the moment of the breaking of the light, whether it's rising or falling, they are to pray over the bottle you were given and capture a ray of the light within it.
Alright, I will explain that. So it has to be someone of faith, so Red does not count. Even
Nope.
if she is celestial. You need to pray over a bottle at dusk or dawn to capture the final rays or first rays of a day while you pray over it.
Oh, so we just need like actual light,
Yes.
knots.
Yes, but it has to be done by a person of faith. It's the stipulation of it.
As part of your research into this, you and the Flamekeeper crafted a glass bottle with a wax seal that's already closed. It is not to be opened. And the bottle is wrapped in silver wire, and then that wire and the whole bottle was placed in holy water.
Which I probably provided as well, because I have some.
Absolutely, you could have.
Yeah, because I don't know if the Flamekeeper has any or not. That's up to you if you did or not. But
I was gonna
he
say he
didn't,
probably had a little bit because there's not much need for that kind of thing, so he probably had some in his own private stores before everything was uplifted.
So we'll say it took like one flask of mine in his stock then.
Perfect.
Because I feel like if he didn't have enough, I could supplement what I needed.
Gotcha.
Right. Anything else we need?
At the moment, that's all. Obviously,
Looks at Drakex. I mean, you're the one that's been Faith longer. Just saying.
Right.
I mean, unless
didn't specify how long or how practiced the individual had to be. They said to be of faith.
It did not specify how long or how many needed to take part in it. It's just that it needed to happen, and those involved needed to be of faith.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because as you know, there are the great magics. There's the eldritch, the arcane, divine.
Mm-hmm. Well, it could be you both could do it.
Probably a greater chance for success with both.
Potentially.
Yeah, may as well try with both at once. Because if one of us can do it, at least we don't have to worry about it too much.
Yes. Well, you can do it at the same time. So I'm saying is so. Yeah. I don't think it exactly matters if you're of the same faith or not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could probably knock that out shortly. Sundown should be soon, right?
Probably already past that none, actually.
Passed.
Oh, it is? Okay.
You'll have to catch dawn.
Yeah, whatever. I don't sleep anyway.
This is true. You have the best opportunity to do it, actually.
Alright, then just waking up before dawn so that we can both be ready to go for it.
He'll look to Red. She give them the list I gave you the other day of the other ingredients, because I'm sure there are going to be probably more ingredients as we get further into this. But we've made a lot of progress in a very short amount of time.
So, feathers or ash of the phoenix, which, and emberstone.
I think we already have the Emberstone.
He has the Emberstone.
Yeah, so it's the feather or ash.
This will be interesting to collect.
Go set something on fire. Easy.
Does it have to be ash of my person, though?
It specifies phoenix ashes or phoenix's feather.
Right. So perhaps cut a chunk off of my hair, set it on fire, and there you go, ash of phoenix.
Or, if I may be so bold, could always try going down one of the other paths, and maybe we'll find something that is possibly a feather or ash.
Wait, we did get a feather.
That too.
It was one of the 3 objects that Jin handed us, and I grabbed it.
Right.
I don't think it was a physical object, was it, Brandon? It was like when I grabbed it, it kind of fused into me, kind of thing. If I'm not mistaken, or was it an actual physical?
Put it away.
I'll just pull it back out because I'm just not remembering.
It's right there.
Right. Well.
He'll hand it to Red. Does this look familiar?
Incredibly so.
Right. Was that sarcasm, Doctor?
Try not to do things.
Of course. This should work.
Oh, if I remember this, we could already had that settled, but works out either way. So I believe that's the essence, the other minor ingredients that we can gather throughout the island, and I think that's everything.
So far, anyway?
So far. As I said, we're making a lot of progress really quickly, so I can always come back tomorrow with another list for a line.
Right.
Oh, and Eva, I am keeping an eye out for that spell you're interested in. keep yourself from being seen in the dream realm.
Much appreciated.
If I can, I'll have it written down separately.
Well, unless Zon wants to burn the camp down, I say we call it a day. Because sounds like you should get some rest, Doc.
Probably
Okay.
should.
Okay. Is there anything anybody wants to complete before we go to dawn?
Hmm?
No.
Okay. Eva,
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you decide how happy you are about this, but you wake up Dragix before dawn.
How do we wake up the sleeping dragonborn? That is the real question.
It is.
If it is, yeah. No, she'll actually just go over and physically, like, shake him. Get up. Unless you want to keep sleeping, that's fine, but...
No. He would wake up quickly.
I'd imagine it's like that night before, like a field trip. Like you just know when to get up. You're like, okay, it's gonna go.
Yeah. It's like with Drac, one of the quirks that he's had from over the years, which is the reason why like he kind of like wakes up instantly when somebody comes near him. It's just like a presence that you feel, and it's just like, oh, I need to wake up, and you just snap awake before somebody gets close enough to touch you, and that's what's happening. He just like snaps, and he goes like, I'm up, and he's already like getting up himself.
Okay.
So
Two of you awaken. You make the journey to the farthest point out of the island, not too far from where the druid stays.
mm-hmm.
Take a seat. And you both just focus. I need two things from both of you.
Mm-hmm.
What's going through your mind and a religion check.
Oh,
Do not
That's
give me
a
a
s-
religion check until you tell me what's going through your mind.
there's a storm in his mind. But for Drac, this is actually a very simple thing. There is a proverbial storm. It's just like how he's feeling in the moment, and he's asking for guidance to calm the storm for now, and to help him release it when it's the right time. That currently he doesn't want to hurt the people around him that are close to him because of a lack of attention. So he wants some of that guidance, and also reaching out asking for help with what they are currently trying to get.
Okay.
Or at least a way to make it himself, if that is the way.
Okay. Hold your roll. Eva?
Similar, but not quite the same. Eva's focus is asking for light to help them see the path ahead, to help them follow through with trying to help each other, to basically just hold off the dark and light a path forward for them.
Okay. Need you both to roll your religion checks.
Here comes a goose egg.
I'm gonna add a D4 to
Oh
mine.
my god. Yep.
Okay.
Not arguing that.
Okay.
11 total.
Okay.
I have a dirty 20.
Okay. Eva, as you are focusing, and you've both kind of placed a bottle just ahead of both of you, kind of in the middle. You're thinking, you're focusing. but you can't quite nail down a consistent thought process. There's just too much going on.
Very true.
Drakix,
Mm-hmm.
you has lived a life of chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Constantly wondering, is today I'm going to be swallowed by the cloud ocean? I hope not, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
You
That's actually it, usually.
you quell the storm for a moment, and you focus in, and you feel, while you don't manifest it, you feel the wings upon your back. You feel some closer connection to that draconic blood within you, and you remember your oath and your sheer dedication and focus to your spoken word, your truth. Through that spark of duty and justice, your own justice, you hone in on that divine essence of your talents. Just as the arcane light that simulates light here beneath the clouds, there is a pinprick of a hole through the entirety of the undercloud. A single ray of light shines into the bottle, and you watch as the light is pulled into it, and as that pinprick closes, the beam of light falls into the bottle and remains there, lightly glowing and warm within.
And he's just going to look up and softly say thank you to the air, but to everything that is outside and within him that helped gather what we needed.
Okay. Two of you get up. You head back before Doctor heads off.
Mm-hmm.
You pass off the bottle of celestial essence, basically. Third day comes to an end. You understand that you're going to need to find a way to cure the chains of starlight.
Okay.
And of course, the water.
Yeah. Water's the easy part.
Drac, like I said, would have gone back in at some point, probably with an empty barrel, and is just dunking it in, not knowing the fact that we need it,
Yeah.
but just so that we have like this is a backup in case on the ship.
It is clear, drinkable water, so yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
So he just takes, probably has like 2-3 barrels that he's like pulls out of the bag of holding, and it's just like 1, back into the bag, pulls out the other one, 2, back into the bag, pulls out the third, 3, back into the bag, and then leaves again. Probably the entire time Jaxel is there, and he's just like having a mild conversation with him about nonsense and how he has been throughout all of this, even though he's just a fragment of himself, just to keep him company for the first time in ages. So, yeah.
All right.
Again, Doc will come up to Eva once the day is done. So, we do need more ingredients. One, really easy to get, just some more water from that pool that we found in the temple. The other one, however, I'm not entirely sure how we are going to actually get it. Because I don't think you can take it out of the dream realm.
Is it only in the dream realm?
I've only seen it in the dream realm, at least, when it was binding you in it.
Yeah, don't have a memory of that, so you're gonna have to fill me in on the details.
I will make a prestidigitation illusion of a mini chain of starlight. These chains were what suspended you in the air when you were trapped in the dream realm by your sire.
Nope, dumb question. Never mind. What is it exactly?
Chain starlight or starlight chains.
Huh.
And we need it for the ritual to help connect Red to herself. And
Yeah,
like I
no,
said,
Lovely.
that I get that. That makes sense. Starlight,
yes,
specifically?
that is what it is called.
Huh.
You have an idea? Because apart from trying to make them in the dream realm while we're there from memory, I don't have an idea.
No, I'm not really an idea, just... I mean, are they just... magic? Like...
They are. They're also, well, looks around and sees Drax is not quite back yet.
I feel like at this point I'm walking back in. You're
As-
just like la da 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 da.
As Drakex would tell you, they're potentially sentient and can attack you.
Huh? What sentient? What can attack you?
So you're looking for... sentient magical energy.
I don't know if it's actually sentient or if it was just controlled, to be fair.
Doctor and Eva. Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Thank God. Here comes another goose egg. Hey, that one's actually
Ooh.
good. Holy
Same.
shit, Doc.
I rolled above 13, guys.
Hey, look at you go.
I thought my 18 was good. Doc,
It is
come
good,
on.
though. It
You
is
got
good,
an
though.
18. Doctor,
I
what'd you
also rolled an 18 for a total of 31.
get? Okay. Doctor and Eva. It's the two of you having this conversation. Both of you begin to realize with a spell in your spell book, Doctor,
Oh.
and with the materials that could be provided by Eva, you could make these.
Eva was already, like, thinking of that, but she didn't want to...
Yeah. He could make them.
Yeah, the idea will come to my mind, but I don't know if she can make the materials or not. So that's up to her to tell me. Well, if I had the raw materials, I could make it.
Yeah.
Like it's just gonna plop down on the ground next to them. What are we talking about? What sentient thing, energy, nonsense that you were trying to make now?
Would you like to fill him in?
You remember when Eva was trapped in the dream realm? We all went in to save her.
Which time?
The first time.
What was
Uh-huh.
the second time?
Technically, there's been about 3 times, but anyway.
You remember the chains that held her? And you tried to break them, and they ended up attacking you?
Oh, those pieces of shits. Uh-huh.
We need them for the ritual.
Those pieces of shits. Okay.
But
And... God, really. I mean, it's just it's not impossible, but that's not going to be easy.
Well, what we're trying to do is not easy either.
Fair, I guess.
To be honest, it looks very possible, but I can't say 100% that it is. But I can say we'll make sure it's safe.
Do you know what materials you need to even try this?
With that Archon check, would I know?
Yes, you need the familiar stonework that makes up just about anything that's constructed in the Dream Realm.
I just need some brickwork from the Dream Realm, I think.
Yeah.
Ava, can you open up a portal? I'll grab them real quick.
I had a feeling.
I can go in and get it.
No. At least one of us stays out here in case of anything.
Well,
Ava
yeah,
opens the door. I could smack anything that wants to come at me. We're fine.
I can also do the same, as well as get out, but it doesn't matter. I can go in, I can make the chain and come back.
It doesn't have to be a competition, boys. You can both go in there and get it. I'm more worried about you coming back out.
To you. I'm not worried about it. I know you make sure we get out.
We also don't have to go far from the door. I just need some of the stonework. I'm going to need a lot.
Yeah. All right. And Eva just pulls on her combined magic, almost warps the space a little bit to create this frame of purple obsidian that then fills in and creates the portal.
As you are making this portal and creating it, do you think of anything else?
Not in the moment, no.
Okay. You make the doorway.
Be quick about it, please.
I will.
Mm-hmm.
And the Doc will imagine taking info that he learned from Red and Drakus' little experiment earlier. I will, before walking in, imagine the brickwork on the ground before me as I walk in.
Okay. Just
Drac is going to immediately think of the actual chains themselves in his hands when he goes through.
I'm doing just the brickwork because you said that's all I needed.
Okay.
So
Drac is just trying to be like, hey, I could have an extra tool if anything, you know?
As you step through Dr. and Drakix, you notice there is about a 10-foot long path that is 5 feet wide of this very familiar purple starlight stone. And then in the middle, as you step in, Doctor, you'll watch as a little shimmer kind of, and a little like all of them raise and lower, and like a wave, like, and then they compile a stack of brick on the ground in front of you. Traxxas, as you enter, you are holding a very flimsy, almost like tissue paper consistency, like paper mache chain.
He looks at it and just goes, "You're not as flimsy last time. What the hell?"
maybe he's not happy to see you.
He wasn't happy to see me last time either. And he kind of like sits down for a moment and just focuses more on the feeling, because I did grab it when it was around Ava.
Mm-hmm.
So he focuses more on the feeling of the chain from that time, and thinking that that's what it's in his hands now. The exact force and texture and everything, just without the urge to attack him.
Gotcha.
I will take the next 10 minutes to cast Fabricate
Okay.
on the brickwork. I do know how these things look. I know how they feel because they have been, they chained me to a wall with them and I believe stabbed me at one point.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty well aware of that.
You are able to create 10 feet of this odd looking chain. It's very familiar. It is white, but it's almost like looking at a negative of space. There's still, instead of being a black metal with bits of white starlight like speckled throughout it, it is a white metal with little bits of black speckled throughout it.
What's missing?
Seems familiar.
Okay. If I feel it, do I feel like it's done?
You do.
Okay. I'll take the chain, kind of wrap it around my arm, like, fold it, look the Drac. Well, I think we should head out.
What happened with the chain that I tried to
It did not.
recreate? He's just like, okay, just gets up, tosses his over to the side. Be like,
It blows into the wind before you even let it go.
yeah, he's just like, eh. Then he just walks in with him, walks back through.
Okay.
Go back out 10 minutes later. Doc with a chain wrapped around his arm.
Okay.
I think it's safe to close it, Eva.
And it immediately folds in on itself.
And I'm staring at the chain as she does this to make sure it does not disappear.
Does not disappear.
That is actually valuable information.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Doc's gonna look at it. This is going to be what I thought was going to be one of the hardest things to get. And now we know something about the dream realm that we didn't before.
Good to know.
Either things in it can come out, or things created in it via magic can be brought out. Either way, that's still pretty valuable information to have. It also means that if I ever need repair to ship, I can have infinite resources. In a sense.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Drax already thinking about that. It's like, hey, we have another issue with the ship. We don't have enough wood. Open a portal. We have enough wood now.
That might take a few castings of it to get enough wood depending on the damage, but I have a limit of a 10-foot cube or 8 connected 5-foot cubes.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what the chain would be basically. Yeah.
Okay.
Doc, remember we took extra at the water rejuvenation and asked, anyone have that flask of the water from the temple?
Drax slowly, like, which water?
The one from the temple that we drank that
Slowly pulls out a barrel and puts it in front of him. How much do you need?
I mean, not that much, but
And you just see him start like putting his hands back into the bag of holding, and you see the lip of another barrel. It's like, oh, not that much. Oh, okay, just pushes it back down.
it is a little excessive, Jackix.
Listen, there's nothing excessive about having extra in the case of emergencies, and I'm pretty sure Breeze will agree with me on that.
I agree with you on that too, but that's also that might be a finite source, so keep that in mind.
I know that's just only took 3 barrels.
3 barrels.
Yes, and also Jaxel kind of kept them company for a little bit, so it's fine.
Is there any water left in there?
There should be. These barrels are they're not really big.
Also, they're casks, not barrels.
No, he could. pretty sure there's 3 barrels laying around Breeze's house that he just emptied and just took with him without Breeze realizing. And Breeze is just gonna like eventually go in and see 3 mounds of stuff that was in the barrels leaned up against the side of the house and wondering what the fuck the barrels were.
Dracax!
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything.
So that is the conclusion of the 3rd day.
Mm-hmm.
Unless anybody has anything. Upon the conclusion of the 4th day, the dawn of the 6th, you are all instructed to meet outside the entrance to the Temple of the Three Beasts. I'm going to narrate. Stop me if you have something you want to interject. All of you enter. You follow the map drawn by Galen back to that room. Once within that room, the ingredients are set aside into their own bowls in a far off corner so it does not disturb or mess with what's about to happen. The Flamekeeper takes the ashes and the water and mixes it together to make this like a paste. And you watch as he casts a very similar spell, Doctor. He creates a almost like that sidewalk thick and sized chalk. And he uses that to begin to draw on the ground.
Oh, and the system where needed. You know, I also
He
noticed
will
needs.
have you, he has brought a basically rolled up, like he probably would have had Drakus carry it. He's like, here, thank you. You're bringing a 10-foot wide scroll.
Oh god.
And he lays that out and says, start the inscriptions for the walls.
I'll get to start on that as I pull up the Sage Scroll from Naruto.
Yep, basically.
Oh jeez.
It was on Drax's back.
He
the
gives you
entire
your
time.
own piece of this special chalk.
Okay. Pre-made, or do I make it myself?
The chalk he made
Okay.
with the ashes in the water.
Then, I'll begin drawing the glyphs and sigils that needed to be on the wall.
After about, I'd probably say it's a solid 2 hours of just meticulous glyph work. Red, you are asked to stand in the center.
She will go over to Eva, kind of brush her hand over Eva's brow and murmur quietly. In Elvish.
Which half the party understands at this point, just so you're
Well-
aware.
Only some of it.
And there's a full-blood elf in front of us.
That's fine. I will be back. Don't worry over me. If I get sucked in somehow, don't come get me until you figure out how to deal with the thing back on the ground, right? Not unless you can guarantee it will stay contained.
Looks down at the floor for a minute. We have eternity, right?
That we do. And she will kind of curl her pointer finger under Eva's chin and raise it and give her a slow, tender kiss before walking to the center.
Come back.
Always.
As you turn red, you notice that in the center, a very thin basin, like almost like a, probably seemed like a cast iron skillet, but with no handle, has been placed in the middle and has been filled to the brim with this water.
Okay.
Barefooted, please.
Right. Not the usual request.
Water is kind of
Water.
a universal lubricant.
She is struggling to contain herself right now and not laugh. Certainly. And she will slip off her shoes and stand in the bowl.
All right. He holds and one end of the chain to himself, and he places it in your hand.
She will grasp it.
I understand this may be difficult to trust, but this will not bind you to a location. It will be your link to you. When you find you, and he puts the other end in your other hand, one goes into you, the other goes into you. And he'll take his index finger and his pointer finger and just kind of like jab you in the sternum, like just to make a point.
Right. Touching not necessary, but thank you.
He reaches down. He grabs the water and begins to chant in Elvish, a language some of you understand, but this is far beyond your ability to comprehend.
Right.
As he brings the water up, you can see he's brought a bit of it and it's just dripping off his hand red. As his hand comes up to your forehead, the water drips slower and slower. And when it touches you with his finger, time freezes. You are immediately thrust from this space out of your body, hurling through darkness, teeth, and claw. What do you believe to be the best way to find you in this horrific place?
Well, she was drawn to the box earlier, so can she feel any sort of a tugging in any direction that she should go?
We'll go with insight. Make an insight check.
Okay. Cool.
You know, I wish I thought about something earlier and just not thought about it.
Hmm.
I could have given you some of my blood that maybe help,
Yeah, fair.
but I did
Well,
not think about it. So.
Yeah. That's. I'm just for shits and giggles. I'm also gonna slap a D4 on there.
Okay.
That's a 26.
26 has a success.
Oh yeah.
You hone in on where you are, and you feel your body thrust further. But there's no pain this time. You're able to move quickly enough. You're not either that you can't be caught, or you're not noticed yet. You're not sure which it is. As you hone in on this, you see in the distance the box. What is your plan to attach the chain to you that's in the box?
And the box is still completely shut, yeah.
Completely shut.
Fuck. Can she attempt to... Oh, man.
What do you do?
She's gonna try and use... I don't know if she thinks this would work or not. This is just me coming up with ideas. She's gonna try and use Mage Hand to go through the box with the chain.
You
She doesn't want to get back in the box.
understanding how this device works, you know there's no crack
Going.
or ways through it. It is impenetrable.
Okay.
Through physical needs.
So she is in technically Dream Realm, yeah?
You are.
Cool. Can she will it into happening?
One, two. Doctor, as you are standing in this, and you all have been arranged in a similar pattern to when you assisted Levikazan. This was one of the layers to this.
Yep.
You watch as the Flamekeeper has reached down with the water, brings it up, and just as he touches Red's forehead, you notice the water stops. You find yourself pulled from your body. And you see, you know you're not on the exact frequency, wavelength, plane of existence. You can't figure out the right wording, but you know you're not there.
Yeah.
But like looking at something through a foggy window, you see Red before the box. What do you do?
Can I get closer to her?
You can get closer to her, yes. Your vision of the field scopes in. You are closer.
I'll rest my hand on her shoulder.
Okay.
Let me help you.
Red, you hear the softest of voices. Not a whisper, not like it's next to your ear, but just it's dulled. Something's holding back the sound.
Mm-hmm.
You hear, let me help you.
She recognizes the voice as Doc's.
Absolutely.
All right.
I'm not physically there. With the mentioned door, help her get in.
You're in the box.
Can she see herself?
I don't
Like
let
her
go
other
of her
self?
shoulder, by the way, the entire time. if
Yep.
I'm in there with her, I don't let go.
You find yourself in a new space. You know you're standing on a flat plane,
Mm-hmm.
but there is no bottom or top. But yet, all around you is a consistent flame reflected. And you can see a center point in front of you.
Okay, but no like physical body. Got it.
But you can see a singular source of flame.
Right. She is
Intense.
going to put one end of the chain into that center point and the other end into her own chest.
As you reach forward, even for you, these flames hurt.
Mhm.
Levikazan, as you have seen the same thing, the water stops. For a moment, you're unsure what's happening. You are hurled out of your mind through existence. lost, just spiraling out of control. Hone in. You hear familiar, deepened male voice. Oh, come on now. You're not lost, are you? You look over, you can see your guardian spirit in this kind of werebear-ish form, massive. And it just reaches out to you.
She'll reach her hand out.
It grabs you, and just with the fullest length of a full, like, shot put turn, it just yeets you. And you just watch as your vision just becomes more and more and more tunneled and smaller and smaller and smaller. You're like, I'm going to pass out, I'm going to pass out, I'm going to pass out, I'm going to pass out. And just as it gets here, you see a tiny golden box.
I aim for the box.
You're inside the box.
Oh.
You can see Doc, hand on Red's shoulders. You still see the purple mist of Dimension Door settling around them. You see Red reaching the flames, burning back and away her flesh. You begin to see the tips of the bone of her knuckles. What do you do?
Zahn is going to go over to Red and kind of put her hand over hers, almost like protecting her.
Okay.
And she's going to go into a rage to take the pain from her.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick, not gonna
1,
lie.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
She will be Red's shield.
Oh.
5, 10, 15, 10, 25, 7, 27 have
26 half 13.
13?
Yes.
You take 13 points of fire damage.
Perfect.
But Red, you feel familiar strength of your teasing but respected friend. And you feel the surge of strength as you shove this chain into it.
Oh. Hmm.
You take the other half.
The 16. But does that have for me as well?
You take nothing.
Oh. Okay.
Don straight took the heat for you. Don't worry.
Oh, got it. Okay, she's okay.
You take the other half. And as you begin to contemplate how this will affect everything you've known, your life up until this point,
Mm-hmm.
Eva, you are pulled through the dream space. You find yourself walking on an empty path. And just at the edge of your vision, you see a small goblinoid form in a very, very well-dressed man.
Yeah.
She's just gonna keep going.
What was that?
She glances over, she sees him there, but she's not in a space to deal with him right now. She's just gonna keep focusing on getting through this space.
Okay. As you approach him, because you have to approach him, then pass him.
Yeah. Fine.
You don't say anything as you get closer?
Nope.
Oh, come on now. Don't be like that. just when you were beginning to have such fun ideas. Anything?
More than anything, not saying anything, but registering his words, knowing that, like, he's essentially taunting her. She just grits her teeth and tries to keep going past him because her focus, her immediate need is to get through this space to whatever's on the other side.
Make an insight check for me.
Oh.
Not a good one. 7.
Oh no.
7?
7.
Okay. As you're walking past him, you're unsure of what it is, but there's just this part of you that isn't quite sure he's trying to mock you. I am going to make a secret check.
Uh-oh.
Oh?
What is your history modifier?
Oh no.
Nothing.
Oh, welcome to the club.
All the rolls I've made have been with goose eggs tonight. Great.
Oh no.
You rolled decently with most of them, to be fair.
Eh,
Oh
that's
no.
my second 7 tonight. I'm just saying.
Oh no. Mm-mm.
Sorry, I just had to take a picture for proof real quick.
Oh
no.
jeez.
Oh man.
That's
That's gonna be
never a
fun.
good thing.
You recall one of your first conversations with this creature
Mm-hmm.
was that he was bored.
Mm-hmm.
He was so tired of your sire and wanted something fun to happen. And you recall there may have been an idea kicked around about stuffing somebody else in a box.
Mm-hmm. She hasn't forgotten.
Okay. You continue onward.
Yep.
As you walk, you just hear him kind of like, it's all right. I don't hold it against you. Walk safely. He snaps his fingers. You're in the box.
Oh.
You see red, one chain shoved into this eternal flame. You watch Zahn's hand kind of wrapped over the top of hers. You see Doctor hand over her shoulder. Again, still, seconds barely have passed. A familiar purple mist fainting off the Doctor from Dimension Door. You see she's holding the other end of the chain. And looks like she's about ready to connect it to herself. What do you do?
Everything inside is screaming that this is horrible, horrible idea. But they're already in the box, so she will do the only thing that she thinks she can. She will wrap her arms around Red from behind and just give her a blessing, cast guidance on her.
Okay.
Oh.
You feel a familiar presence around you, Red. You can't see any of them, but you know they're there.
Yeah.
And you shove through your sternum, and the chain sinks impossibly deep into your chest until you feel it anchor into something far within you. Soul, consciousness, essence. There's many words. To you, only one meaning. Trackix.
Mm-hmm.
You found yourself flung out of your body and back onto a ship. You know not how or how long you've even been here. You were always here. You were meant to be here. You can see just in the strange blue water that surrounds your ship, you can see 4 shapes in the water. 4 familiar shapes slowly sinking into the deep.
Drac is not really going to think. It's going to be automatic. Rope instantly in hand, tying to railing. Other portion in his hand, and he's going overboard to get the 4.
Like the songs sung in your younger days of a man who could control a ship with but a thought. Rigging fixes itself, sails unfurl. The helm turns, but no one stands at it. Rope, without you touching it, wraps itself around the railing. You're already halfway off the ship by the time it reaches you and ties around your ankle. You jump in. You grab your allies. All of you are immediately pulled, metaphorically and physically, out of the deep. As all of you find yourself slammed prone into a cold concrete floor, with just the splashing of water and the sound of a basin bowl being flung 10, 15 feet across it. Red.
Yeah.
Please choose one precious memory to return.
To whomever.
No, to you. Yours.
Oh.
Something lost to time. You don't have to tell me now.
Okay.
No, it's there.
I mean, I already know what it is.
Okay. Keep it to yourself. Reveal when the time is right. You look, Red, as you're looking around, you can see the last remaining ingredient, the device to bring you home, the harnessed celestial light, the bottle shattered against the ground. The energy is released, bringing everyone home. Drakic, you spit up seawater, it's weird.
Okay, important question. Is everybody still kind of like wrapped in like his arms and tail? Yes.
No,
That's
you're all in
curious.
you're all in your respective spots. around.
It's just like
Second important question: what's seawater?
Great question.
The water is
Uh,
somehow salty. Weird.
Dragon
you're
definitely
dehydrated.
just like spits it up, and I feel like instinctively he would know what this is. He doesn't know how he knows what it is, or even what, but like an instinct, something like deep within tells him like this is something that you should have known if things did not turn the way that they did.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, he's just looking at like he's still spitting it up, coughing. He's just like, "Oh my god, this tastes disgusting." At the same time, just like
It's the worst. Why would someone take perfectly good fresh water and just fill it with salt?
he's just like this. Feels disgusting. I need water.
So as all of you are slowly recovering from this experience, you just hear, this is awful.
Doc will go over and check once he's like gained enough awareness of where he is, hear that like, all right, hold on. And he comes over and checks on Trakix heaving in the corner.
Yep.
It's also like he's
Mhm.
heaving and
Make
also
a
like
medicine check.
scratching at his tongue, trying to get like the taste off of it too. He's like, oh,
21.
21. So you're like checking him over, feeling his ribs, make sure everything's okay. As you're kind of checking him, your hand goes over one of his pockets, and you feel something there.
funny because he usually never has anything in his pockets.
I
It's
know,
always in
right?
the bag of holding.
What's in its pockets, Brandon?
You reach in and pull it out.
Yeah.
It is a small golden coin with the depiction of a phoenix on it. Familiar to you.
He'll take the coin and, make sure Drax is done heating.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on. For my message check, do I identify that he like needs water or something like dehydration prevention or something like that?
You would know that he's not in fear of being dehydrated.
Okay.
Just something just horrible got in his mouth for half a second and it's just being spit out.
Okay. All right. Well, seeing that he's okay, I'll hold the coin up to his face to show him. Well, I think we got what we came for.
He's just like after like a minute, like you see him just like still scrubbing at his tongue. It's like, huh? What do you mean?
Doc will stand up and look to the others, make sure glance over to make sure they're all okay. Drax is just heaving, which is not normal.
Zahn's looking over to Red.
How is Red doing?
She is staring off into the distance and not really registering anything around her. She seems to be shaking slightly, and there are tears welling in her eyes.
Okay. Everything but the tears kind of made Doc a little nervous, and he sees the tears, he's like, okay, I understand now.
Eva immediately closes the distance between the two of them.
Doc does not stop her or anything.
Yeah.
Doc will give them the space they need and go over to Zahn. You okay?
I'm good. Glad she's
Let me see
okay.
your-
I'm
Let me see your
fine.
hand.
I'm fine.
I'm insisting.
I'm fine.
Take their hand regardless.
I can heal that myself,
I know.
You have a consistent burn scar on your right hand that does not seem to fade.
She's not mad about it. It was worth it.
Eva's presence seems to be the only thing that kind of snaps her out of it. And while she's still not saying anything, her arms wrap around Eva and probably the tightest hug she's ever felt. At least coming from Red.
Okay.
I am now. I remember flying. I remember being so far above the ground. How freeing it felt. Just soaring. Watching the ground pass beneath me. I remember flying. I want to get it back. And she kind of stands from where she was still prone and looks around at the others. And for once, she's not really trying to hide any of her emotions. I don't know what to say, but besides, thank you. I could feel all of you there. And it means a lot.
Zahn just goes over and gives her a giant bear hug. Just encompassing all of her.
You're going to also be hugging Eva because she's not letting go.
Oh, 100%. Like, she's just like everybody.
She doesn't try and move away or anything.
No. You're worth it.
Thank you for saying that. How is your hand?
That's fine. I've had worse.
Right.
I'm glad you got some memories back.
Me too. Maybe more will come with time.
Maybe.
But for now, this is enough.
It's a start. And
Truly.
soon we'll get more. And soon you'll be all of you.
Thank you.
Of course. How's the Flamekeeper doing?
You can see he is currently slumped against a wall. The left sleeve of his robes has been ripped off and it's tied around his neck. And you see there is a blood spot right here.
Doc's heading over immediately and dropping cure wounds into him.
He raises a hand to stop you. I'm fine. Just think I deserve this little bit. And he'll kind of like nudge a bit to where you can see there's the broken bottle that contained the essence.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't quite account for the voltic nature of divine magic, I guess. And he pushes a smile.
What kind of magic positions would we be if we didn't mess things we don't know? And if Doc could help him up,
we'd still be throwing rocks at each other. And he does actually laugh.
Doc will help him up.
He welcomes your help and leans on his staff a bit. Oh, I'm going to sleep for a decade. He starts walking out.
Right.
We'll come over for everyone else and hold up the coin. Well, looks like our job here is done.
Maybe let's take one more night here, tie up loose ends, and
say goodbyes and
yes.
let Gillen pack up his things.
And I do have to give a certain broom to a certain person.
But not the password.
Right.
Drake just grins at that. He's just like, eh.
Okay. There is an endpoint I'm looking to get to. So Is there anything I can't gloss over before we get to your departure? Pass off broom. You do not give the password.
That's fine.
Galen packs up the rarest of nicest things he can in his little backpack to give him some really good cash when he gets back up topside.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, there's be more of a thing when we actually do take off. Doc would prepare his crossbow.
Okay.
Drac,
We have a bother to deal with, remember?
yeah. Drac would
Yeah, we'll
ask
deal with.
Breeze, knowing the fact that he has his own coin, but still, if he does want to come topside with them. Though it's not like he's forcing him or anything, it's just a question. Just to get like...
He just shakes his head a bit. No. And he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a coin and just flicks it and catches it.
I was just going to give you a ride to an island if you wanted to, really. That's why. But, okay.
I'm good.
Then he's just going to stick his hand up. Just... And he's just going to say, Captain, afterwards.
Claw.
Mm-hmm.
No. I think that belongs to you now.
What?
Kind of shake your hand and put his hand on your shoulder. And then just turn you towards the crew. You've done fine. Fuck it up. And he just slaps you on the back.
He's gonna take a couple of steps, turns around, just grins like, but that's my middle name. And he's gonna start walking with them out.
I never gave you a middle name.
You didn't, but the rest of but I'm pretty sure one of them called you the fuck up, so yeah. Or troublemaker. One of the two. They both of them work.
So the cursed crew.
We need to make sure we grab the plants.
Yeah.
Plus plants.
Yep.
And the child.
Plus Galen.
Mm-hmm. Plus Cass, because we can't forget the child.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You activate your coin.
Mm-hmm.
Creates that familiar 20-foot diameter flat platform about 6 inches off the ground. Everybody steps up. Galen, you see he takes his foot. Galen takes his foot. You see he's like hold his breath like, oh, please. And he sets it down and he steps up. Oh, thank goodness.
Just for the record, Drax's tail was slowly coming up behind him as a worst case scenario.
That's a worst case scenario.
From the shoulder.
Yeah, he was going to
Be like,
carry
no,
it out.
yeah, exactly. It's like, I will carry your ass out. I promise. I was bringing you back.
With that, you speak the command phrase.
Mhm.
You were all moved harmlessly and safely at an interesting angle out of here.
Yeah, it's been a few days since I last parked the ship.
Yeah.
But you get the sense, whatever magic powers this coin, it isn't incredibly limited. It has some flexibility of will you exert over it, Doctor. Kind of as you're going, you're doing the math in your head. If we were this way, then that way. And there's a little meme of trigonometry going around the doctor's head.
It's just a constant thing at this point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You breach the surface of the cloud ocean barely 20, 30 feet away from the star-crossed entropy.
As
you raise up, and you are all placed safely in the middle of the deck, you are met with a disenchanted, disembodied pile of unmoving bones of Bob.
Did not leave him like that. Okay, search the ship.
Yeah.
And this will pick up next session.
No.
Oh, great. Cool. Thank you.
God damn it.
Lovely.
Well done, everyone. Great roleplay, great checks.
Yes.
Another chapter closes.
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So we'll take a
Level
few
up.
minutes. What'd you guys think of that?
Oh my
Fuck
gosh,
yeah.
so good.
Favorite moments of the chapter?
Oh man.
Being Red's shield.
Oh, it was good. No.
It hasn't happened in RP yet, but Eva's like sobbing the entire way they're going back up to the ship.
Aww.
Favorite
I mean,
moment?
Red can't seem to let go of Eva, so that's just a thing that happens.
I think
I will
my-
say
Hmm.
the puzzles were really cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
they were fun.
Glad you liked
Those
them.
were fun.
I think my favorite moment was an in-character moment where Doc finally opened up fully to Zahn.
Yeah.
True,
I did
yeah.
like that. That was good. Zon cast spells.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That happened here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're gonna be an unstoppable duo now.
Big facts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now that you've closed this chapter, any burning questions I might be able to answer about this place or what you encountered?
This just makes me think the fact that we're gonna find similar traces at the Dragon Temple and at the Jin Temple.
Ooh.
So a similar type of thing, except that it's gonna be one of the others who kind of has like a personality there to guide us.
Well, that'd be weird to come across a red personality in another temple.
Oh yeah.
That would be hilarious.
It would be
Drac is
hilarious.
Drac is gonna immediately gonna look to Red and be like, "You've
Go deal
never
with yourself."
changed." So it's like
No.
you've never changed.
I guess I only have one question. It has no pertain to anything.
Mm.
What was the Jin's response? Like, what did the Jin think about Doc's gambling? The big risk he took with Red.
So, what you interact with inside the temples, it would not be hard to deduce that what you're talking to is basically a pre-programmed image.
Okay,
that
so he
has a
can't
set-
form
has-
new
has
thoughts.
a set sliver of responsibility or personality.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not like four new thoughts kind of thing.
Yeah, it can't form its own unique new thoughts. It can just basically regurgitate what it's been programmed to do.
That's the only question I can come up with because I feel like we got a lot of answers out of this arc.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
I can't wait to see what path you guys embark on.
Yes.
We have options.
So
Well,
many.
from here we were supposed to go over to
Beacon Trove.
Beacon Trove because that was the plan.
Yeah.
We go Hasbeen, the temple, Beacon Trove.
Yep.
Going home.
We need we hit Portside. We desperately need Portside.
Yeah.
Yep.
Housebing is not a bad place to hit Portside, but it's not. It's only known for exporting its grain and pellets and meat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But land in sun and
Tons of it.
Yep.
I'm
Very
just
few
thinking more of
buildings.
like we are low of supplies
yeah.
Uh-huh.
for sure. I
Yep.
was like, yeah, I'm gonna be stretching this out because we have an extra mouth now.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I look forward to seeing how that all unfolds as we
Yes.
go in between chapters until we settle on another story thread.
Yes.
But to those of you out there, thank you so much for hanging out. We really appreciate it. We're going to get out of here, get some rest, but we hope you're having a great day. Do us all a favor and make sure that be the support you would want in this world. Be the love you would love to see in this world. Just, and always, no one can be themselves unless they have their snacks. So make sure you have your snacks when you're playing D&D, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Catch you next time. Good night.